All right, hard yarders. Today we were joined by the fastest female on the planet to ever run around Australia, Brooke McIntosh. She broke the record a couple of weeks ago. But before we speak about what we spoke about, today's episode is brought to you by alltradescover.com.au. If you are a big business, a small business, or a medium-sized business, anything in the trade sector, they're going to be able to help you. They've actually got a website now that you can go on and get a direct quote almost instantly online. Their website is one of a kind. So get around to alltradescover.com.au. The best thing about them is if you are seeking some sort of insurance or coverage, they've been tradies before. They understand the pitfalls that you can fall into, as well as the people who haven't been tradies. They've been in the business for long enough to understand where people fall over. So hit them up. They're incredible people, like-minded, and support us, support those who support us. This episode is also brought to you by Crafted Finance. Crafted Finance, if you need a loan at all, Brooke, for anything, they're incredible people. When it comes to finding out about Crafted Finance, maybe go back and listen to an episode 3 or 4 episodes ago with Luke Tedesco, who is from Crafted Finance, and gave a good rundown on the housing crisis, the economy as it stands, and basically is a world of wisdom when it comes to anything regarding finance. Basically, if you need a mortgage, a business loan, a car loan, whatever it is, they're going to be able to help you and present you with all the options. The good thing about them is they give you the best option over the term of the loan for the least amount of interest. But it's up to you. They're going to present you with all the options. Even if you just want the easy one where you have to pay more interest, but it's less of a deposit, whatever. They're giving you all the options. So get on board with with Crafted Finance. They're great people, like-minded, and again, support those that support us. Please tell them Hard Yard sent you. But today we were joined by Brooke McIntosh, ultra runner extraordinaire, and we talk about what, Brooke?
A whole lot of crap, a whole lot of stuff. Running around Australia, becoming the fastest female to do so. 204 days, 14,200 kilometres, plus the hurdles that we faced.
Yes.
All the mindset stuff, purpose, vision. What else? The snakes, the cows chasing me.
Yep. Well, I will premise that this episode we did have a glitch halfway through, and unfortunately we had to record the second half again after we'd already recorded it. So hopefully there's no double ups and repeating what we already said, because we did try to recap on some of the stuff that we felt was important that we did touch on yesterday. So if it sounds a little weird and a little interesting around 50 minutes in, that's why. But Brooke, what a fucking incredible journey. Inspirational, and I think a lot of people are going to get a lot out of this episode. So without further ado, let's get hard.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host,
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Branch.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
Did Delby here last time?
No, I don't know Delby. I do. We ran on the...
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you left it. He's flying out. He's gone over east now. So he's just been... Actually, I can't even talk where he's been. Not allowed. NDA or whatever they're called. Non-disclosure. Yeah. So anyway. But, mate, firstly, before we even start talking and anything, I'm going to say congratulations, because I coming to the finish line, and
You were there?
I was there.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I don't even know half of the people who were there. As in, like, it was an out of body experience.
Yeah, mate, it was incredible, and I got there and we went around. You had so many people trying to come up. I was like, I'll give her a message and say good day. So gave you a space because it looked like a lot, you know. But mate, congratulations, fastest woman on the planet to ever run around Australia. So congratulations. That's mate, such an achievement, and for such a good cause. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's It's honestly so surreal to sit here, and this is my first talk or podcast interview since finishing.
Wow. Well, because you sat here, I feel like about a year and a half ago, saying with the plan to do this, you were a few months out in planning to do it. I think maybe 6 months away potentially. And then you did the pint to pint with us and joined in part of your training, having a couple of pints, running a marathon. And so when did you leave? And maybe for people who don't know what happened, run them through what you've just achieved.
Well, I still don't even know what happened. I sit here and I'm just like, what the F actually happened?
Yeah.
But I left in March 2nd from City Beach, Perth, and ran all the way around Australia, 14,200 kilometres, all to raise awareness for mental health and have just one more conversation. And we truly, definitely did that. And when I started, I definitely had and we'll dive into it on this episode, but I had no idea what I was going to be in for. Yeah.
Well, it's mentally, straight away, from my point of view, just understand it. Because I do ultras, but like I'll run 180 kilometre ultra marathon or 100 kilometres and I'll be fucked for another couple of days, and then even another week or two you're sort of struggling to walk and run properly. You're doing, anywhere between like 50 and 100 every day.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like, yes, it's a physical feat, but it is incredible what your mind can achieve. When your mind's right, what you can achieve physically. Yeah. Because running, 50 to 100, did a 111 kilometre day one time, back to back to back to back. It's like physical, yep, cool, you got to be fit, but it's your mind that you got to get right first before you even undertake anything.
So before we get into mindset and anything like that, let's start from the beginning. You had planned to do this. You were raising money for, who was it? Blue Tree Project.
Yeah.
Incredible. That's so good. So
we raised in the end $280,000, just over $280,000. Yeah.
So good.
Incredible.
I was watching your travels along the way and there was a lot of good things. But first of all, when you started off, what were you thinking? Because it's your first day. You're running what? How much did you run your first day? About 80?
I did 80. That first day, that was absolutely horrendous. I felt everything that first day because I started with a whole group of people. There was probably about 100 people plus down at the start line. The adrenaline was massive. And I remember talking at the start line and I was like, I don't know what I'm in for here. But at the end of the day, you guys run as far as you can today, because at the end of this, you get to Uber home and Netflix all day tomorrow. I don't.
Yeah.
I got 6 months out there.
Yeah.
And I remember, that start day, I had people run and then they just dropped off like flies. Some ran 5Ks and then 10Ks. And then Bonnie, she ran half marathon with me, 21Ks. And after that 21Ks, it was me, myself and the pavement. And next 10Ks was, I was still high, still adrenaline. Yeah. Come the 30K mark, 30Ks on day one. My mind dropped, my body dropped, and I was just like, shit. And it was the biggest adrenaline dump of my life. Wow. So the last 50 kilometres, and then the next 30 kilometres was pure pain, pure tears, pure emotion just coming out. Ooh. And the last 20 kilometres was vomiting.
Fuck. This is day one. I called one of my best friends, Amanda, and I was like, I need your help. Yeah. So she met me. She ran the last 20Ks with me that day. And she comes out to me, she's like, you're good. And she just taught me through the breathing exercise, taught me through the regulation, the visuals as well, and just took me through a different couple of exercises while I was running. Because I would be running and then I'm like, I can't go anymore. This is literally on day one. And I was like 60 kilometres and I still had 20Ks to go. Yeah. And then I'd run for 3Ks and then I would have massive heartburn, massive indigestion, just all of the emotions and just like everything coming up. Yeah. And would vomit and then I'd just walk and then I'd vomit. And Amanda's like... Because it's not a lack of preparation. It wasn't the lack of ability to be able to do it. Was it the enormity of...
It was the enormity of the adrenaline dump. That's what it was.
Wow. So like being this huge high, look at everyone around me supporting me, this is great, and then they're gone.
And then they're gone. They're gone within 3 hours. They're still there, yes, but physically they're gone within 3 hours, and I'm looking at the road thinking, how the hell am I going to run to Mandurah? Because my first stop was in Mandurah. Yeah. I was like, how am I going to make it to Mandurah by 8, 9 o'clock tonight? I think I rocked up at about 8:30. I rocked up right out the front of the pub at 8:30, so the first stop was out the front of Silver Sands pub.
Yeah.
And there was so many drunken larrikins out the front, and they were just cheering me on. They're like, "We seen you on the news the other day, go girl!" And I was like, "Oh yes, that's put the fire back in my step."
Oh,
But
good.
I was a sloppy mess coming in on day one.
Yeah, wow. So what sort of pace were you running, and what time did you leave that first day?
And we had a very early morning start. So I woke up at 4 a.m. that day, drove out to the coast. We had a breathwork grounding session, sunrise dip, and then we had start line hype up, and then we kicked off at about 9 o'clock, hit the pavement, and then I finished at about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
It's like nearly 12 hours of running, sort of. So it's quite slow shuffle, obviously thinking ahead.
Yeah, well, when people were running with me, I was running about a 6 kilometre pace.
Yeah.
And then it literally dropped to 7:30 that day.
Wow. Yeah. And so how did this start to how do you get up the next day and go, right, okay, how many days did you run for?
204 days. Yeah.
And that's the fastest female to run around Australia. By how many days did you break that record? Do you know?
I do. So I broke the record by 45 days. But
Jesus.
also the other 2 females who have done it, they did it over one a 4-year period and one a 6-year period.
I see. So they ran, stopped
for a couple of months, and then the next year they went and did another half of Australia or whatever section of Australia they wanted, and then they come back and then they went and did it again.
And you
But hang on, I didn't know that until I was in Northern Territory. I didn't know that extent of the background until I was in Northern Territory, when I researched more and more into because I knew that one of them did it in 260 days and another one did it in 424 days.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was back to back as well. But it wasn't. It was over a 4-year period and a 6-year period. So when I found that out in Northern Territory, I was so grateful though, because there was no way in hell could I do Australia in chunk by chunk, come back, put my body and also my family and friends through all of that training that I had to do to get to where I was to start. Yeah. Again and again and again.
Fuck. So that's interesting. Is that the same with the men and their records? Do you know?
No. So Sean Bell holds the current record, and Patrick Farmer, who's done it before as well. I'm pretty sure Patrick Farmer's done it twice. They have gone consecutively.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck, man. That's so you've not only beaten it by 45 days, they did it in stages with months of recovery and then rebuilding up to this. That's incredible. Fuck, I didn't know that. That's so good.
Yeah. But I reckon had I known that at the start, I probably would have just pulled the card of I could just do it like this. I'll just do half and then the bottom and then there. But no, I'm stoked with how we did it.
So then you start setting off day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Does it become just right, this is my grind. This is what it is. Social media, getting that sort of stuff out there. That's your connection, I guess.
It does, and it did. But not until week 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what as in what do you mean
So for the first 8 weeks was horrendous. Me getting up out of bed each morning, my joints were sore, my body was aching, especially for the first 2 weeks. My body was just pure aches. And I was like, how am I going to run 80 Ks today? Every day I asked myself, how am I going to run 80 Ks? And all I had to do was just get out there. Get out there.
Were you crawling, waddling around almost?
Nah, because
Tim Franklin, who we had on the podcast, so he ran around the world.
Yeah.
And when he came
I seen his stickers on the Nullarbor. It was so cool.
Mate,
cool.
What a fucking legend. The second fastest person on the planet to ever run around the world. And he came here.
I'm not doing that ever.
He walked in. And I wouldn't say he walked. It was like this shuffle. And watching him sit in that same seat that you're sitting in right now, he had to sort of ease himself down. And then you'd watch the videos of him go back on the run, and it's like a fast walk. Like it wasn't even a run. Like what it must do to your body. And then, so that's what I think with you. Like that's still. So he was doing that for 460 days or something around the world. Yep. You were still doing for 204. Surely your body starts to break down. Like you were, I think.
Well, that's where your mind naturally goes. Mm-hmm. But I'm a massive believer. Your body doesn't have to break down.
Yeah.
You look after it right.
Yeah.
You prep right. You look after it right. You look after it from a holistic aspect. not just what you put physically in your body, but the words you say to yourself, your energy hygiene. You look after it from that aspect too.
Energy hygiene. I like that word.
Absolutely.
That's a good way of talking about it.
We wash our body on the outside. What about the people that we surround ourselves, the land that we walk through? You got to clean the energies out of your body too. And I did all that. So first 2 weeks was horrendous physically though. Mentally I was good. Physically I was so sore. My joints were so sore. Body was just aching every single night. And then my body just started getting conditioned. And it just started realizing, she's not giving up. This is what we're doing.
So I remember you saying prior, I think when we were running, doing our pint to pint, I was talking to you and you were, I think you said you were intentionally keeping weight on.
Yeah.
And that was tactical. Was that fat stores to help as extra energy? You're obviously going to lose a shitload. Like you were a very different physique at the end of your run when you were at the start. So the body, the fat stores, that was intentional.
Yeah. So my goal before I left was actually to keep the weight on and put on more weight.
Yeah, I remember.
So that I had more of a buffer to play with when I left. And when I left, for the first 12 weeks, I lost weight. I was in depletion.
Yeah.
Even though I was eating 5,000 to 6,000 calories a day to put it back on, put it back in. And I distinctly remember I was on the Nullarbor and my mum calls me and she was terrified for me.
Yeah.
And she's like, what's happening?
Yeah, because
why
you're
are you
slimming
looking
down.
like this?
Yeah,
You are slimming down so much. But what was actually happening in my mum's mind and in my mind too, I lost 8 kilos. And it took me back to the days where I suffered with eating disorders.
Yeah.
Because who I was looking at in the mirror I wasn't recognizing her. I was recognizing her as that young 23-year-old who didn't want to eat anything.
Yeah.
So it was actually triggering old stories and old traumas for me.
Yeah, so she was instantly worried that you just weren't eating.
So she was instantly worried that I wasn't eating and that I would come back sicker.
Yeah.
And I was going
falling back
to
into an old habit.
space.
Yeah.
I was like, Mum, it's all good. Like my coaches are onto it. I'm eating so much. Just wait. Because I knew that my body would come to a stage where it would accept what was happening. And then it's not that it plateaued, it accept. And then I actually started putting the weight back on.
So is there science behind this? Do you know what the science is? Or was it just you going, oh no, the body will keep up?
This was, I'm going to butcher the terminology.
Okay, cool.
But from scientific's understanding is females are designed to go endurance, right? Males are designed to go fast.
I attest to that. I've said this on the podcast a few times. I do ultras, like I said, and these 55-year-old chubby women, like that are just getting through, will like cruise past me.
Yeah.
Like and I'll be like, I work out, I gym, I do all the right things, and these, like short, waddly old women are just cruising past me like nothing.
So males' bodies are designed on a 24-hour clock, right?
Okay. Yes.
Females, we're 28 days to 35 day. We've got cycles. Everyone's got cycles, hormones and all that stuff. But our hormone cycle is 28 to 35 day cycle.
Yeah.
So I understand now that I can push my body for a good week to go fast. But then the week that my period's due, I need to pull it back.
Oh, so you're going to have to work around these sorts of things.
I need to work around those things as well. And the more that I do that, though, the more compassion that I give my body, the more understanding, not giving up and not laziness, but the more compassion, understanding and curiosity I have for my body and why it's performing a certain way, the more that I give back to it from that space.
It's so important, isn't it, to have an understanding? Because obviously when you're getting close to your period and on your period. So that's going to have a massive impact. And I was thinking about that, you mentally, what's that doing to you? Because it's obviously a challenging time hormonally and all that. And then you're fucking running 80 kilometers, 100 kilometers, 50, 60, 70 kilometers a day. What's that like?
It could go one of two ways, right? So I maintain my period for the whole time. I still have my period regularly now. And I'm on a 26-day cycle. Yeah. So that's pretty bloody healthy. I used to be the woman who would shun my period, who would shun my body and who would hate it. And when I flipped the switch and I actually had more curiosity for myself, for the female body, our hormones, I go so much further. I have more fun, I have more enjoyment, and I have more compassion and a better understanding and more love for myself, because I know that the days that my period is coming, I can't perform my 100% best. No wonder why, babe, because you're about to bleed for 5 days straight.
Yeah.
So have more compassion and grace for yourself. Pull it back a little bit, because then you know for the next 20 days you can go gung-ho.
Yeah.
And ever since I made that mindset switch of actually females are designed to create. We're designed to create like human life. So celebrate that instead of shunning it down.
Yeah.
And when I did that, I was like, okay, that's awesome.
That's incredible. And it is incredible to think that, because there is always that topic of like men and women in regards to sporting and stuff. But there is there's a lot of people who talk about the endurance athletes and women in athlete. And Courtney Dauwalter is a perfect example. I think she's arguably one of the best ultra runners on the planet. She won the one in the desert. I can't remember the name of it. It eludes me at the moment.
I'm horrendous at the names.
But she won that by like 11 hours.
Shit.
Ahead of the closest competitor. Like this is not a thing where your speed and your muscle and your bone density and your aerobic capacity has a factor. This is something different, and I don't know what it is, but there's certainly something there.
From my understanding and what I experienced out on the run, what I experienced out on the run is the days we called this the period of Brooke goes rogue.
Okay.
So when I was about to get my period,
Yeah.
I would turn to my team members and say, we're going rogue. I'm running all night. I'm going to run 111 kilometers.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this, because right before the day before I got my period I was at my peak.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
right.
but my hormonal state was at my peak, and all I wanted to do was rebel and go rogue. And I wanted to do whatever I wanted to do.
It's like being on testosterone or fucking steroids. Yeah.
And it happened 3 times before I realized what was actually happening within my body.
Oh, so you're unaware
I was unaware at the start, and I was like, why in this moment do I just want to go rogue and say either fuck it, let's give up, or let's run all night, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
And it was because it was the day before my period, at an absolute peak. And then on the 3rd time I was like, actually, that's why my period come the next day. Okay, next time you want to go rogue, maybe just ask yourself again, do you actually want to go rogue, or is this your hormones trying to take over? Because when I would go rogue, it would actually set us back by a day. Yeah,
because there'd be points, I guess. Would you plan ahead and go, right, we're running this amount of set kilometres, or you've got a month to run this, so you sort of stage it out? Or did you know every single day, we're going here, but there's a lot of points where there's no hotels, no nothing, so you got the caravan.
So at the start of the run, it was dead set 80 kilometres every single day.
Okay.
And then come day 11, I knew my body couldn't do that.
Okay.
And I said to my support team, I can't do this. And there was a bit of friction between us. There was a bit of personality clashes between there. And come week 8, I said to my support crew at the time, I went 8 weeks running 80 kilometres every single day. Come week 8, I said to him, I'm not doing 80Ks today. I can't do this. I'm not pushing my body to the actual absolute death of it just to run around Australia. That ain't me. That's not why we're here for.
Yeah.
So in that moment, and here's my support crew banging on the caravan saying, you said 80Ks every single day.
Yeah.
And I had to stand my feet and I said, not today. I'm doing 40Ks today.
Yeah.
That's it. The next day I come back and did 80Ks just like that. It was easy as. But it was in that moment that I realised I'm not out here chasing records. Yeah, cool, I have one.
Yeah.
But it was more conversations over kilometres.
Yeah, the message was more important than the actual achievement.
Way more important. And the fact that I was slogging my body back to back for those 80 kilometres, for the 8 weeks, I was actually digging myself deeper into a mental hole myself, because I wasn't enjoying any of it.
Yeah.
I was slogging my body, and I remember just saying I remember picking up the phone and calling a friend and just saying, I don't know if I can do this, if this is what it's like.
Yeah.
Because this is not what I envisioned it to be like. I'm not enjoying any of it, and I'm actually digging myself deeper into a mental hole, and I'm hating it. And I was like, I didn't run around Australia to go backwards. I ran around Australia to go forwards and to have conversations and to create the impact. So let's drop it back. Let's have more conversations in the schools, the communities and the truckies and the people on the open road. And when we made that decision, and I was like, cool, we're just going to run 50 to 100 kilometres every single day. As long as we're moving forward, that's all that matters.
So what's it like having those conversations? If that's the important thing, having the conversations after running 80 kilometres, like I guess you've adapted, but like, is it tough mentally? You're drained, you're tired?
No, I loved it. I thrived off it.
That's
because the people you meet out there are definitely not the people that you'll meet on the streets here. Because say if you're a hiker and you go for a hike,
Yeah.
you're going to meet other hikers.
Yeah.
That's great. That's cool. You're a runner, you go for a run, you're going to meet other runners.
Mm.
You're someone running in the middle of absolute nowhere, you're going to meet a random truckie, a farmer, and a family traveling around who have also got stories to tell. They're not so much in your niche, but they're there and they open up and share their stories. That was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
So it was meeting all the different peoples, and when I started having more conversations, my why was lit up more, my purpose was lit up more, and the steps become easier.
We've been talking a bit about it lately, confusing your purpose with your purpose and your goals. So your goals are not your purpose. And so your goal is to run around Australia and have these conversations. But at the end of this run, you've achieved your goal. If you were to have your purpose set in that goal, then you feel like you've lost your purpose. It's gone. And this is where I think we see a lot of crashes. And I don't know where you're at with that. If you're at, I know we were having a chat just prior, like it's the landing stage. There's a bit of turbulence. It's hard to come back to earth. But that must be something you have to prioritize in your head mentally before you even set on the run to understand
100%.
that.
And when you know your purpose in life, you won't crash. And people get exactly what you said, the goals and the purpose confused. So people were expecting me to come back, run around Australia is done, my identity is done. Huh?
Yeah.
No, that's not me. Yes, I'm in this messy middle right now because I'm readjusting to society.
Yeah.
The person who I left as is not who I am now. I'm way more evolved, and I'm finding that I'm in the messy middle trying to find the balance between it all.
Yeah, but this part is the part that... So you've just undertaken one of the biggest transformations of your life, one of the biggest
100%.
achievements of your life, and it's such a high moment and so much adrenaline. Of course, there's going to be a turbulent sort of calibration where you're trying to understand who you were at the beginning of this and who you are now. And it's like, I think when this sort of happens, it's like the seed. You know, when it's starting to sprout, the seed internally must feel like it's dying. It must feel like it's breaking apart, but it's actually sprouting this brand new life.
And it's just getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah. And so, although things feel turbulent at times, and sometimes you can be in that dark moment, usually, in my experience and I've seen with my friends, it's generally in those moments that you find a new way of living that's far more evolved or far more aligned with the person that you want to be. It doesn't necessarily mean you're finished. You haven't reached a point.
No one's ever finished.
Correct, exactly. No one's ever finished.
Ever finished.
It's like the awakening process, or when you start to do work on yourself. This isn't a end goal.
Yeah.
This is a constant learning. It's the waves. It's the ups and downs. It's constantly evolving and changing your thoughts. And I guess that's the thing that I see in you now. You are a very different person.
Yeah.
Now, the person I'm talking to, than I spoke to 2 years ago.
100%. And I mean, if I wasn't, the fuck, I'm running around Australia again.
But it's uncomfortable, hey? It's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable. It is. And back to the purpose and the goals thing is what I believe purpose is, and how to find purpose is by doing this work, by doing personal development. Because what I know to be true for myself is I believe my purpose is about creating safe spaces. And my purpose, and what I see when people find their purpose as well, is usually it comes from their deepest pains in life. And I had this moment, for the last 5 years, I've known my purpose is to create safe spaces. And that comes through in different lights, in different ways. My goal to run around Australia was a vehicle to do that. Every moment, every conversation that I had out there, I was intentionally having conversations and creating the safe space for Australians to open up, to talk about their demons, to talk about their struggles, to talk about reality, and having courage to be able to do that. So when I was running around, I got, this is jumping forward quite a bit,
Yeah.
but there was a moment and I had ran over 12,000 kilometres. So I was in Northern Territory at this moment.
Yep.
And this was the moment, the one and only moment that I questioned my ability. I questioned my ability to run around Australia. And I remember sitting on the side of the road in absolute tears, and I had not had a day like this forever. And I was in absolute tears, and I was just like, how am I going to make it back to Western Australia? I was probably about 600 kilometres from the WA border, and I was like, how am I going to make it back to Western Australia? How am I going to finish this run? And so much emotion, so much turbulence was coming up for me. And I'd realised in that moment, remember how we said I lost 8 kilos and I felt like I was going back to my old self, and my mum could see the eating disorders and the skinniness. So in that moment, I felt like I was torturing my body so much that day, torturing my body just to get to 75 kilometres that day. And I realised that for the first 23 years of my life, I'm 29 now, but for the first 23 years of my life, from 12 until 23, 12 years old till 23, I was torturing my body through eating disorders, through physically exercising way too much, through fitness modelling competitions.
Yeah.
And that day I was like, you're torturing yourself again just to hit 75 Ks. You are in so much agony. You are physically so sore. Your shins are so sore. Mentally, cool, you're good, but mentally you're dropping. And you can either choose one or two things right now. You can move forward another 10 kilometres, or you can go back to being her. And I called up my energetic healer. We had a massive conversation, and she took me through this period, right? She took me through this meditation, and I'm sobbing on the side of the highway, but she took me through this meditation, and she asked me to go back to my younger self. And I was like, and then she's like, now I want you to go to a safe space, to where the first moment you felt safe. And I just bursted into tears, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
And I couldn't remember a safe space when I was younger.
Yeah.
Now, pre-frame, that's not to say I didn't have any. In my eyes and in my consciousness, I didn't have a safe space to go to. When I was 4 years old, I was sexually assaulted. And that's when my safe space got taken away from me.
Yeah.
So Larissa, she asked me to go back to my safe space, and I couldn't find one. And I just burst into tears, and I broke, and I was like, holy shit. So in that moment, I had to create the safe space for myself. I took myself to the beach, to the ocean, because I just love that. I didn't actually, because I'm in the middle of Northern Territory.
But mentally.
Mentally, I took myself there, and I just grounded, and I gave my younger self everything that she needed.
Oh, mate, that's so serendipitous that you bring that up. I did a healing yesterday with Mandy J. Nelson, who we've had on the podcast. She's on next week. And she made me go back to my child, give them a hug and say, I'm here. You know, I'm the safe space. You know, the person that you didn't feel like you had that safe space then.
You are.
I'm it.
Yeah.
I'm
and
here,
you get
mate.
to be it.
Yes.
By making those choices as well.
Yeah.
And by...
How serendipitous that you brought that up. Yeah.
And it's like by not shunning anything.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Cool, it is what it is. You can either accept it and play the victim of, that's why I am.
Yeah.
Or you can go back to your younger self and give him exactly what you needed in that moment. Tell yourself you are loved. Tell yourself you are worthy. Tell yourself you are not too much. Tell yourself to get back up. Hold your younger self's hand and walk with her. And create that safe space, her or him, and create that safe space and move forward together in life.
Yeah.
And that is where your power lies as a human, having a human experience. That's what we get to do to change the narrative of the way that we're going.
Yeah.
So back to the purpose thing, when I realized all of that, I was just like, oh my God, like you got to keep moving forward, because not only is this run around Australia making noise, making an impact for others, it's healing parts of you and you got to keep going.
I can't imagine the mental roller coaster that you go on, ups and downs, because just within one ultra marathon, I'll have the biggest ups and downs within 9 hours. And you're doing this for 204 days. And even if you don't have a bad day, the next day it could be,
Yeah.
the ups, and then you could be high for 3 days.
100%.
How do you persevere? How were you persevering through the bad days? We relying on friends and support? Or?
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
So if there's a bad day, I'm like, cool, let's go there. Like in that day, I was like, cool, let's go there.
Yeah.
What needs to be cracked open? What needs to be revealed? What breakthroughs coming through?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
So I get excited for that. So it's not to say that I seek it all the time, but I get excited because now I know that if you don't go there, that is going to keep rearing its head. You cannot go past something, a mental blockage, if you first don't have courage to go into that mental blockage and break through it.
Yeah.
And every time, like, can guarantee every time you go through that mental barrier, you go into that mental barrier, whatever it is, whatever story it is, every time you go into it, you're going to have a breakthrough.
So yours is obviously a challenging period when you're young. Being molested is obviously that's a horrific one. The other one is, you know, you're facing these challenges through a run. They're some of your dark moments that you've persevered through and created the beautiful person you are now and the strong, courageous person you are now. But some people's might not be as I don't know what the word would be, but as dark as being molested or running fucking around Australia. But it could be they've lost a partner or their parents died or they lost
horrendous.
their job. You know, like those sorts of things are just, they're very similar moments of darkness. It's very difficult to see the way out of that in that dark moment. But sometimes you can find, I think you can find similar moments in your life and then you use it as context.
Yeah.
And you just go, wow, look at where I was. If I did this yesterday, I looked at my life 10 years ago and I was like, 10 years ago, you know, I had never been to Europe. I hadn't quit my job. I didn't have a child. I wasn't married. I never experienced anything. I'd never performed in front of theatres. I'd never started stand-up comedy. I didn't have a podcast. The person I was 10 years ago is a very different person. And the person 5 years later was in despair.
Yeah.
That person thought he had everything figured out. Then he went down to a point where he got divorced. His job and his business that I'd created was on the line because COVID restrictions had stuffed a lot of things up for me, and I was having panic attacks and there was a lot going on. I felt like I was alone. I was overweight. I was not healthy. I had bad habits. And then I fast forward again another 5 years and I look where I am now, and we just had a conversation outside where I'm like, I've never been happier. Yeah. I'm not the Instagram put it up version where you go, yeah, look at my happy life and I'm sad on the inside. I'm the happy person. And man, when I look back at that 5 years, you're like, fuck, that guy there didn't think he could ever get here, and you didn't think you could finish your race, but you persevered. And how fucking good it gets to it. Now, I know a lot of people give up, and it's sad, and this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to create conversations. But the point I'm trying to make is that in those darkest moments, you can't see where you're going.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's uncomfortable. It's scary. But if you just persevere with what you're really trying to align with,
and
it does improve.
It absolutely does improve, and it's what I'm queen bee at doing, and I'm not afraid to say that. What I'm queen bee at doing is breaking it down into the smallest bite-sized pieces for anyone who is struggling.
Yeah.
Of the simple steps that they need to take next. And as long as you can, 1, have courage, and 2, take the next step, your life is going to drastically change.
Yeah.
But reflection is key. Like, reflect from where you have been to where you are today. And like, when you're in those darkest times, what I've done before is when I'm in those darkest times, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm here. Exactly what you said. But I've overcome that before. I'm sure I can overcome this.
Yeah.
So what do I need to take just one more step? And the run around Australia was literally that. It was just one more.
Did you journal while you're away?
No.
See, I feel like the journaling is a great way.
There was no time to journal.
No, I don't journal anymore. I probably should go back to doing it. But specifically, coming out of the darker times, I would journal. I shouldn't say darker times, like your times were proper dark, but contextually, my darker times. And if you read back, you see like a bad day. And then 4 days later, you see like, wow, how happy is that? And you're like, oh, when you're having a bad day, I got 5 bills that I can't afford to pay, or I'm having an argument with someone, whatever the fuck it is. Just remind yourself, look how upset you were 4 days ago, and then that 5 days later, you're fucking on top of the world.
And I think, and this is what I'm learning and what I have been learning, is you don't have to stay stuck there.
No.
So honestly, if someone's sad, so many people are going to come and if someone on social media, if someone posts a sad post, so many people are going to come and comfort them.
Yeah.
If someone posts a happy post, it's kind of like crickets. And why? So what I think sometimes happens with people, this is what was happening to me.
Yeah.
I was seeking the sad. I was seeking the dark times.
Yeah.
And I was trying to stay there.
It's like picking at the scab, isn't it?
It's like picking at the scab. It's going to keep picking. It's going to keep bleeding. It's going to keep bleeding. So I kept bleeding myself. And what I did when I ran 1,600 kilometres in 2023, that's when my personality shone through. Like after 26 years of darkness. So what happened in this run around Australia, my personality was just like, fuck it, I'm having a great day. I'm going to sing and dance. I don't care what anyone else is saying. Cool, I'm having a sad day. I'm going to cry. And then I'm going to sing and dance because that's me. And I want to bring more joy into my life. I want to bring more happiness into people's lives. So it's like, yes, if you're having a dark and sad moment, feel it. But you don't have to sit in it. You don't have to keep picking it. Make the choice and get up, play a song, start dancing.
Yeah. If you think about who you were before the first run, the run across Western Australia from the north to the south, and the person you are now, and look how evolved you are and how different that person is. And then just think another 5, 6, 7 years, how different you're going to be.
Yeah.
What I find interesting is the people who hold on to the old version of you.
Oh, do you know how many versions of me I've gone through in the last 5 years?
Exactly.
And I come back from now running around Australia and I walk into my house and I'm like, babe, I'm chucking everything out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, decluttering, how good is that?
Decluttering, Marie Kondo style, I'm getting rid of this. But it's also like the old versions of ourselves, and what I seen with myself around Australia is it's even in the clothes that I wore. I packed for the run around Australia and all I bought was black. Of course I'm going to feel like crap every single day if all I'm wearing is black.
Yeah.
And then come 4 months in, I was like, I need some colour. The moment I started wearing more colour, because I actually wanted to, was the moment that my personality shone the brightest and I was becoming more happier and more enjoying. And yes, it was a slog out there, but the slog become more bearable and it become more enjoyable. It become more fun to actually run around Australia. Like, yeah, it was a challenge.
Yeah.
I had so much fun.
Yeah.
Every single day I had so much fun.
Yeah.
And we did this as an experiment at the start for the first 2 weeks. We were going to do a 3-week experiment and then it lasted the rest of the run. But we started doing pants off Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, your tan lines were very, very vicious, like just cut off.
My tan lines were horrendous.
Kind of anticipated. You're running around one of the hottest, sunniest countries on the planet. So.
Yeah, and every day it was pretty much sunny except for the floods.
Yeah.
But so we did that as an experiment to see with marketing and what draws more attention. And I'm sorry, as soon as I took my pants off, we got more eyes on us.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. But it brought me so much joy. Not taking my pants off. It was the singing and the dancing that we were doing.
I liked it. Yeah, it's good.
And it actually brought so many more people joy. And if we hadn't posted a Pants Off Friday video by 12 p.m. that day, we would get bulk messages saying, what's happened? Is she okay? Where's the Pants Off Friday?
Yeah.
And now people are like, we're missing Pants Off Friday. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to take my pants off.
Well, yeah, I guess that's the thing. So like the evolved version of you and the different version of you is going to present yourself in different ways. And sometimes people are not going to click with that. And that's going to be friends. That's going to be family.
Yeah.
And I guess it's like a vetting process. just keep being that authentic version of yourself, the one who you want to be, like the one who's cringy at times, or the one who's fun and says the inappropriate things, or whatever. Like, if that's who you are, be that person.
100%.
And if they don't like that person, and if they don't want to be around that person, then isn't that better anyway?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want people who don't want to be around you and want you to be a different person.
No, because it sucks the life out of you.
Yeah.
It sucks your energy dry.
It's ridding you of your authenticity.
Yeah. Why would you want to be around that? And yes, we can say this as we are now. That's so easy, as in like, oh, well, don't like me for who I am. I don't care. We can say that now because we've accepted ourselves and we continuously do the work on ourselves, right? For someone who's just starting out, honestly, do not dim your light for anyone. If you want to do something, go out and do it as long as it doesn't hurt anyone, and go out and do it as long as you're not doing it for validation for others.
Yeah.
The moment that you start shutting yourself up, the moment that you start dressing a certain way or doing a certain thing to seek validation from others is the moment that you start hating yourself.
I've noticed that also. Most of it's in your head.
Yeah. No one cares. No one's looking at you because they care so much about themselves.
Correct. So, like, I might want to say something. Podcast, I've got a platform. I might want to say something and be like, it might be considered by some of my friends, or what I perceive to be considered by some of my friends, not cool. It's not like, oh, mate, come on, fuck, chill out, or shut up, or fuck off. Like, you think they're going to do it. And some of those friends that I thought would do that they've messaged me some days just privately and just gone, man, doing good things, hey. And then you're like, they're the ones who I thought would have thought what I was saying and doing is fucking cringy, or just stop being a dickhead, Branchy. Like,
yeah.
But then you're like, fuck, that was all in my head.
Yeah, and that's where I always say go back to having courage. Have courage. So when I had my car accident in 2022, those two words stuck out like dog's balls for me. Have courage. Didn't understand why. And I literally even made a mosaic at home. I love being creative at home.
Yeah.
I literally made a massive tiled mosaic piece.
Yeah.
And it says have courage. I was making it. I was like, why am I writing these words? And I believe in life, you just got to have courage. Have courage to be your authentic self, because by you having courage, you allow others to do the exact same. Yeah. You're the permission slip for others. So have courage, and courage is sexy.
Yeah. And it's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable. It ain't all pink butterflies, rainbows, happy shine.
Well, to be courageous, you're stepping into the unknown.
You are. You're daring greatly, stepping into the unknown. And people who have an opinion about that and who want to say something about that, and if they're going to say something negative, it's because they're not courageous.
And that's also because people find familiarity secure. They find the comfort in discomfort is it's a cool thing to think about. Like, people will, there's a point at which you have to understand how much does the discomfort of being the same, when does it get worse to not change? When does it start feeling more uncomfortable?
And the reality is, in the day and age that we're in now, nothing is secure. You are not guaranteed tomorrow. You are not guaranteed your house. You are not guaranteed anything. Your jobs, you're not guaranteed any of that thing like that. What you are guaranteed is yourself. Yeah. So why are you people pleasing every single other person just to be friends with her, X, Y, Z, keep job, yes, pay bills, when you don't like yourself? Yeah. So you are the most important person in your life. People will argue with me on this, and I will happily have the argument. You are the most important person in your life. Your kids come second. Your partner comes second. Because without you, you don't have your kids. You're not here, your kids aren't here. Yeah. So be courageous and have courage to love yourself wholeheartedly first, and let your authentic self shine. Because when you don't let it shine, it's literally like that, picking at the scab, picking at the sap. It's little cuts on your body. You will come to a point in your life that you look at your life and you look at who you are in the mirror and you don't like yourself. You don't recognize yourself. Yeah. And internally your soul is screaming out to you, help me, love me, hold me.
Well, if you don't look after yourself, you're taking your own issues or your own problems into an already turbulent collective.
Yeah. And
everyone's got their own things, and if they're all bringing that without focusing on themselves and making sure they're serving themselves first, then they can go into the collective, then they can go into the community, then they can go into their family and present the best version of themselves, help others and be that person that they need.
And the thing is, like, I would die for that person. I would die for my kids. Yeah, but would you live?
Yeah.
Would you live for yourself? Would you live for your kids? Would you live for that person that you love so much? Because if you would die for them, great, that could happen tomorrow. But if you live, you've got an extra 50 years, an extra 60 years. So it's like, look after yourself, love yourself, be your most authentic, expressed version of yourself, because then it teaches your kids, the younger generation, that we ain't all the same. We ain't all cookie cutters. Like, there is so much more beauty in authenticity than in polished and perfect.
Yes, I agree with that one. So let's go back to this run. The floods. I want to talk about the floods. That must have been a mental setback through you don't get a choice. You can't run.
They are an absolute blessing in disguise, those floods.
Yes.
It's quite funny because in my head, I'm over 6,500 kilometers ran already. So my body was getting so tired and it was like, can we just have a break? So the blessing in disguise was absolutely the floods. However, where it tripped me up was how long we were stuck in New South Wales for, in Newcastle. Because it wasn't like if we kept moving forward, then we could make it. It was literally, if I was to keep moving forward and go to Taree, that was like 30 kilometres up from where we actually got stuck.
Yeah.
Taree got hit the worst with the floods. So it was like we were trapped left, right, and we couldn't even go around because the farmland around Taree was all flooded in as well.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that you can't, well, it was more from a safety precaution because then you've got to think about other things. How's the caravan going to get through the flooded areas? The SES services, what happens if stocks run out? Like the caravan places where we were staying were all becoming flooded in as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, pretty dangerous. Yeah. And obviously it's probably... they've got to think about others as well, don't they? Like, as in, sorry, you have to think about others and the work that the safety services would have to do if they needed to save you. Like, yeah,
and because it got to the point where I was actually running through the floods, which were literally all the way up to my hips.
Yeah.
So there was parts of the road that I was like waddling through, and the stream and the current was literally like extremely strong. There's a video of me going through, looking back at it. I'm like, you're such an idiot, but that's like the rebellious, the adventure spirit inside of me. I was having so much fun, but I was like, okay, let's be real for a second.
Now, what was it like restarting though?
Oh, it was horrendous. So blessing in disguise, great, cool. I got a day off.
Yeah, because you've adapted.
Yeah, my whole body's adapted to what's happening, the pressure that it's under, the stress that it's under. And then to have 1 day off, absolute great. To have 2 days off, yeah, you're pushing it.
Yeah.
But I had 4 days off. And I mean, like, when you've ran 6,500 kilometers, there's nothing you want to do. You just want to eat, sleep, Netflix, and chill. So
yeah.
I'm human. I did not keep up with my stretching, did not even do a lap around the block to keep my body conditioned. I was like, I'm just going to lie on this couch.
Yeah.
Beautiful Airbnb that we hired out. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Lie on the couch. I've been living in a caravan for 3 months already. So I just want to Netflix, have all the space to myself and just chill. But I did that for the 4 days.
Yeah.
So my body crashed hard come day 3 and 4. It was like, cool, we're done now. So then to get back up and go again on that 5th day when it was all clear to go, that was like I was back to square one, back to week 1 of the aches and the pains and the joints. My mind was going, how are you going to do this again? Got to 40Ks, got to 50Ks, and it was just like, it was an absolute slog for those 2 weeks. It took me a good 2 weeks to get back into it.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, accept it. Again, your reality, 3 months left.
What do you do, like when you have a setback like that? How do you approach it mentally? Because we speak about rigidity. Routine is good for us.
Yeah. But
routine without rigidity, so you have to adapt and you have to flex, be flexible with that sort of stuff. What do you do mentally? How do you just get around that?
I think you got to know, well, for me, it's literally just one more step, breath and day, and it'll be accomplished. Yeah. But I think you've also got to understand that in life, you've got periods, you've got seasons. What season are you in? So that 4 days, I was in the season of complete rest. I'm just doing nothing. I'm resting. Lean into that. And then it was like, all right, go time again. Pull up your big girl socks and get on with it.
Yeah.
Have conversations, keep running and listening to my body. But it was just like, cool, this is where we're at now. This is what you said. Yeah. And commitment to self is huge. And like I said, I was running around Australia. So cool, I had that hurdle. Yeah. And that hurdle was pretty big, and physically to get back up and my body conditioned to it, it was like, you've got to do this because you committed to yourself. You're going to run around Australia.
So you carry on and you're heading up through Queensland now, I guess.
Yeah.
What was Queensland like? Because it's pretty tropical. That must be hot, sweaty,
Yeah, it was
chafy,
yeah.
everything. Like going through the Northern Territory, that's chafy, that's dusty. There's a lot of elements. There's a lot of different elements going around Australia. So,
so
what
many
was
different-
Queensland like? Because that tropical environment.
Yeah, so we went up as far as Rockhampton, and then we cut across at Rockhampton, went through Emerald and Longreach.
Yeah.
Those towns are honestly so beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely getting hot. It was like in your 30s and your 34s some days.
Yeah.
If I didn't Vaseline in the morning, come lunchtime, my chafe was bad.
What supplements were you using for like hydration?
Salts in water.
Just like salt or like a specific brand?
Celtic salt.
Okay.
So you literally just get it from your health food shop.
So not even, you were just drinking water. You weren't drinking like Precision Hydration or a brand or anything.
No, because I found that type of stuff, whenever I steered away from just literally the basics,
Yeah.
my gut would hate me.
Well,
And
like
my
in your
gut would not keep up with it because I was out there for 7 months.
Yeah.
And to put so much preservatives and just
Additives and
additives
things.
into my body, my gut just wasn't allowing it.
Yeah.
And to do that day in, day out, that was my life for 7 months. So I understand people doing a marathon for one day,
Yeah.
go for gold. But to do it for 7 months, put that into my gut, I didn't want to have to heal all of my gut health when I come back home.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool, what's the longevity? So everything I did, I looked for the longevity. How can I sustain this over a 7-month period, not just a quick fix?
That's so good.
And it's really cool because it's not just a quick fix. So my body was able to sustain it for the 7 months, and it could probably still go more if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing right now actually is this morning I went and had my ECG scan.
Yeah.
I had my ultrasound on my heart. So I'm having all these heart scans, all these bone density scans. So before I left for the run, I did it all.
Yeah.
And now I'm going through the process of doing it all again so I can compare the two.
Wow.
So I can be like,
Will your bone density improve or would it weaken? Like what would or nothing?
well, how my body adjusted over time. It went through the stages of weakening, and then it got to the stage accepting this is what we're doing. Cool, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
And then I honestly felt so strong out there.
Yeah.
Like invincible. Some days mentally really, really hard. Physically, the only injuries that I had was my knee flared up coming into Adelaide and my knee flared up in Rockhampton. So those days I pulled back a little bit. I did the recovery methods I needed, listened to my body, and then I was back to the 80 Ks. And yeah, I have a broken toe because I kicked it on a bar stool dancing.
That's a different thing. On a bar stool,
story.
so not even running.
No, not even running. I was just being a lunatic,
Yeah.
trying to do Kath and Kim, having more fun.
Standard.
And yeah, I ran the last 7 kilometres with broken toes.
Oh
but
my God.
Wouldn't recommend.
Okay.
But that's the only major injury that I have after this, and it wasn't even because of running.
Fucking hell. So, all right. So then you go up to Northern Territory. Northern Territory, like we said, it's just so hectic. It's hot.
It's hot.
There's not, and any of our international listeners, it's desert.
It's absolute desert. But the one thing up there is like all around Australia, the speed limit is 110.
Yeah.
Northern Territory, it used to be open speed limit.
Yeah.
Thank God it's not anymore. It's 130. So when I seen the 130 on the speed limit sign, my heart dropped and I was like, is this for real?
Yeah.
And having the cars speed past me at that fast, and even the trucks on a desert roads, open potholes.
Yeah.
The roads were not even the nice to run on.
Yeah.
And potholes with like bush all around it. There was one day where I actually fell into a pothole
Yeah.
and like smashed up all my shoulder. Couldn't get scans because we were so
Yeah.
isolated in the way.
Oh no.
But I literally couldn't even lift my arm to wave at all the trucks and everything coming down. So that put a damper on my spirit. But
Yeah.
my shoulder was so sore for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. And would you see many, like, because obviously Northern Territory is very isolated, it's desert. There's got to be animals, emus, kangaroos.
Seen a couple of emus, kangaroos, dead kangaroos. I'm so grateful I do not smell dead kangaroos on a daily basis now.
Yeah.
Very grateful.
They're big as well, hey? They're like fucking big.
South Australia has the biggest kangaroos.
Really? Reds or grey?
Reds.
Really?
Like, when I seen them, and it got to the point where I said to the girls, I was like, can I have some gloves? Because I feel like I should pull these dead animals off the road.
Oh my God.
Because they were just getting squished, and I thought one day something was going to get squished and fly up on me
Yeah.
as I ran past as well.
Oh, no. That would have, imagine.
But this is something gross. The cow trucks would come past, right?
Yeah.
Have the cows on the back.
Yeah.
And the first day I noticed it had been raining. So I was like, oh, is it just the wet water sprinkling on me? And then it kept happening every single time a power truck come past. Yeah.
Piss flying out.
Yeah. Piss
Oh,
flying out, shit
no.
flying out, hitting me in the face.
That reminds me of, I went to Oasis in Manchester recently, and there's a little silly tradition at Oasis concerts. You piss in your cup instead of going to the toilet, and then you just throw it in the crowd.
No.
Yeah, and so every time you'd want to know, is it beer, what is it? And then you'd see there's a meme going around of the security guards, and they get swilled, and it gets on them, and then they wipe their skin, they smell it, and they're like, oh, and they're just
disgusting.
covered in piss.
Yeah, that happened to me daily out there. So,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
I'm grateful to not have a day where I'm covered in shit and piss anymore.
Yeah. How big were some of those kangaroos? Because like you see one or two big reds on a golf course, and
They
you're like,
honestly make-
oh, I'm not going near my golf ball there. They're big fuckers.
Yeah.
And then you get the standards, the little ones. But
They make our Western, like, I don't know if they're different or whatever.
Yeah.
But the ones that I have out the back of my house in the hills,
Yeah.
they make those ones tiny.
really
They were just huge.
scary.
Out there. Yeah,
Like
huge
the
and scary.
big beastie one that you see in the meme.
And running along, there was one probably about 3 meters away from me, and I was running along at night time one time.
Oh no.
And I was just in my own lane, doing my own thing, and then I look slightly to the left, and I've got a headlamp on, so I look slightly to the left, and the eyes are just beaming at me, and it's like 2 meters away, and I was like, shit, what do I do? Just
Yeah.
keep running, don't come at me.
And the sounds they make.
Yeah.
Like what's it? It's like a growl, like
I'm not
a
even going to try to do that.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then like obviously, there's deadly things out there.
Yeah.
Snakes.
Yeah, seen a lot of dead snakes, got complacent one day, and this just put me completely back into my body.
Yeah.
And, tire thread off the trucks and off the cars if they lose a tire and stuff. All the way around Australia, I would see it, and I'm just like, is that a snake?
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was just a tire thread.
Yeah.
And the one day that I didn't go, is that a snake? It was a fucking snake.
Big old.
And it was a massive snake. Like, I'm talking big, fat, chunky.
Yeah.
Got like a meter from it. It reared its head, and I just screamed and just froze and
Yeah.
just ran the other side.
The last time I went to Rottnest, for our international listeners, we have a beautiful island just off the coast called Rottnest, and you go there and you stay there for the weekend. Everyone rides their bikes around. There's no cars.
Good running spot too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But there's fucking dugites everywhere. And man, so you're just riding your bike around the path, and they're fucking everywhere. Like dugites are not dangerous. No. They are very poisonous. And I'm pretty certain it's dugites, not tigers. But yeah, fuck. And it's getting to that time of the year. But and then so Northern Territory. I've never been to the Northern Territory, but it's crocodile country. It's you don't want to go in the water up there, the beaches.
You don't go in the beaches up there. I call Northern Territory never touch. Like, don't want to go back there. The only reason I'd go back there is one, for the community in Darwin. They're absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Or two is to go to Dally Waters pub.
Okay.
Dally Waters pub. If you've never been, you have to go.
Awesome.
Like, it's literally its own town.
Yeah.
That when you tell people about it, they're like, what? It's literally got everything and anything you could imagine, and a complete junkyard.
Yeah.
The owner, Tim, it's like his livelihood there, but it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
Like bras hanging off the walls. If you take your bra off, you get a free beer.
There's no political correctness out there. I don't even know how to describe. We've got a lot of American listeners. I don't even know how to describe like what would be the equivalent. Like imagine Texas, but fucking steroids, and very sparsely populated.
Very. So at Dally Waters pub, we took the whole pub in as well, and we filmed this little musical thing.
Yeah.
A song off The Greatest Showman. I can't even remember what the song was called.
Yeah.
But we had the whole pub going, the whole
Really?
crowds going. Yeah, we took over the whole speakers. We're up on the bar stools dancing, up on the bar dancing, pouring our own beer just to make this little musical scene.
Yeah.
It's the coolest thing ever.
How close to Broome did you go? Because
We went into Broome.
You went into Broome because I've been to some really interesting spots up north. Gone to some of the rural communities and the dry communities, isolated ones that are just in the middle of nowhere. I went to Dampier Peninsula. Yeah. And did you run through there at all?
So there's actually two Dampier Peninsulas one.
Yeah.
There's one in Broome and one in Karratha.
Okay, so
in Karratha.
Okay, so I went to the Dampier Peninsula up in Broome, and It is the most beautiful beach and crystal clear water I've ever seen in my life. And they're like, don't go in.
Yeah.
Crocodiles,
Yeah.
jellyfish, like stingrays, like all anything. And you're like, fuck, like sharks and all the. So, yeah.
It's a massive tease. And it's like crystal blue waters and red raw sand.
Yeah, that weird look is very odd, hey?
Stunning.
You see the red goes into the white?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
When you're crossing into WA, you're on that home stretch. How do you start to feel?
I was about 3,000 kilometres left.
Oh, fuck. So you're just like, because this is what you did last time, basically.
Yeah.
Top of Western Australia down to the bottom.
Yeah. So I'd done that before.
Yep.
And as soon as I was in WA and I seen a Western Australian number plate,
Yeah.
that's when my heart just felt like home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that's when it felt like I was just soaring down the coast. And honestly, I don't know what happened, but it was like the whole coast was cheering me on. As in, like, every single car that with a WA number plate that had on the car clearly.
Yeah.
Tooted, cheered, stopped. Gave me
Really?
water.
They knew?
They knew. They knew what it was about.
That's
and
so
they
good.
kept going.
Were you making appearances on like local radio stations and stuff on the way down or anything like that?
Yeah, we did. We did do that for quite a fair bit throughout.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was really cool. And then we stopped in at some communities and did community run days.
Yeah.
So our biggest one was Darwin and was Broome and Dampier.
What's your recovery when you're in those areas? Like the Northern Territory is so hot. And I can't remember if we talked about it, but I'll cut it out if we didn't. But the recovery, your toes and blisters. What's the prep? How do you avoid all that?
Recovery stayed the same much all throughout. Preparation for my feet takes about 20 minutes every single morning, and it's all about the prep. It's all about the preparation instead of the prevention instead of the cure at the end of the day. So I barely had blisters.
Yeah.
Every single morning, though, that I would wake up, I would strap my hot spots, which was like on the bottom of my feet and on my heels. And then I'd Vaseline up all through my toes, all around my feet, and I'd chuck on my compression socks.
Yeah.
And that just sent me through. So that was like 20 minutes every single morning dedicated to my feet routine.
Because you didn't want it to callus.
Because I didn't want it to callus. The secret with avoiding blisters is to keep your feet baby soft. Now, everyone thinks you have to harden up and harden your feet.
Yeah.
No, that's when calluses, that's when the friction, that's when the rubbing starts to happen.
Yeah.
So the secret is you want to keep your feet baby soft. And how I did that is, yes, Vaseline, taping, and compression socks every day.
Yeah.
But every week I would have a foot bath. So I would put Epsom salts in a foot bath because I'm losing so much salts naturally out of my body out there. So I wanted to put as much salts back in. So I would do it every 3 or 4 days, put Epsom salts in a foot bath, soak my feet for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Take them out, cut my toenails down because you didn't want them to grow. Otherwise, that's a risk of losing more toenails because of the impact. So I'd cut them all down, have them really short ones, and then I'd shave my feet down as well. Yeah. And even now my feet are in incredible condition.
Yeah,
Toenails have all grown back. I lost about 6 out there. Toenails have all grown back now.
Yeah.
And they're still baby soft.
Fuck, that's so good. And then recovery while you're up there. You got ice baths?
Yes. So grateful. We had a North Degree ice bath for the whole way around.
Yeah.
And our generator got stolen in Coffs Harbour. And our generator powered our
What?
and
Stolen?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Some little shit stole our generator
Yeah.
out of the back of our ute and in an enclosed, safety, secure, locked up
my God.
caravan park where we were staying. Anyway, stole the freaking generator, but we got a brand new generator donated to us by Honda, which was incredible after that.
Yep.
And that powered our caravan and our ice bath. So I was very grateful to have an ice bath pretty much every single day. And then I did compression boots and elevated my legs every day.
Compression boots? Or is that like the ones that blow up? What are they called? The recovery boots or what are compression boots?
Recovery boots,
Yeah.
I just had the Normatec ones. Oh no, I had Black Roll. Sorry, I had the Black Roll recovery boots, and I used them every single day.
Yep.
If not twice a day. Elevated my legs and nuts and sleep.
I think Normatec. So I'm going to a new gym, changing gym to Athletic Institute, and they've got a whole recovery section, and they use Normatec boots, but they've got ice baths, they've got cold plunge, the warm plunge, sauna, 18-man sauna. They've got Pilates upstairs. They've got everything, and I'm obsessed now with this idea of recovery.
Yeah.
Like I want to keep working out, I want to run and stuff, but I want to look after my body as well and the way it recovers. They've got the recovery boots. Something I haven't ever used, so I'm interested to see how that starts to work. But also, I I think the thing I'm most excited about using is the altitude room. Have you ever trained on
No, I
altitude?
haven't. No,
So I
heard
think
about
they
it.
remove some of the. I think they remove some of the oxygen and they pump in nitrogen or hydrogen or something else.
It kind of just makes your breathing harder.
Yeah, correct. It makes everything a little bit harder. So whatever you're doing already makes that a little bit harder, less impact, whatever, and you're getting the same workout for doing less effort. Or if you want to do the same workout, you can get more out of it.
Yes.
So lots of benefits, but they're so good. And they've spent a lot of money on creating this thing and up north of the river. So I recommend anyone who's listening, maybe go hit them up.
Go check it out.
Go check it out. But recovery is super important. So,
It's critical.
So is there foods, is there diet that you're taking in to help with recovery? What do you do? Like sleep? Sleep's
I think the number
big part.
2, like if I was to give someone 2 pieces only of advice for recovery,
Yep.
it's what you're putting into your body, your food, and it's your sleep. Fix those 2 and then go on to the next.
Yes.
Because if you don't fix those 2, but you keep going for the ice baths, the saunas and all that,
Yeah.
that is not really going to do much.
Yeah.
Whereas if the massive difference is the nutrition that you're putting into the body and your sleep.
Yeah.
Like sleep is so important, and I felt it through and throughout there. If I didn't have 7 hours or 8 hours of sleep,
Yeah.
anything below 7.5,
Yeah.
my team knew about it. I knew about it. My pace was about 7:30s.
Yeah.
So I would have 8 hours of sleep most nights, and then my pace would be about 4:45, 6:20s. Anything higher than that, I'm like, shit, I need to go back to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because I've spoken about the Whoop app, obviously, and the Yuka app and how you can track and the additives that change your sleep. But, yeah, that's, for a day-to-day thing, not for elite performance. So you'd have to be hyper vigilant around that.
Hyper vigilant. So it got to the point, talking about nutrition and what I put in my body, my mum had the best idea at the start. And she's like, oh, meal prep you all this pasta and all of this lasagna.
Yeah.
And then you can just eat that for the next 2-3 weeks while you're out there. I'm like, thanks, Mum. That's amazing. However, what I forgot is that my mum loves to cook on a budget. I love my mum. She's an absolute godsend.
Yeah.
Purest heart. But she likes to cook on a complete budget to feed a family of 9 with $50. That's how we were brought up as well. So I'm very grateful that she did that. However, what she put in her meals was preservatives, was MSG packed, was additives. And it came out in my body.
Yeah.
My body was swelling so much. It was holding onto all the water retention, all the inflammation. Got to the point where I'd wake up in one morning and my partner looked at me. He was out there with me and he's like, what's going on with your face?
Yeah.
And my eyes could barely open because it was so inflamed. The moment that I ditched all that and I cleaned up to my diet, and I sound like such a snob saying this, but I only ate organic.
Yeah.
And I put all the cleanest stuff in my body up to a certain point. It was 80% whole foods, 80% clean. And then I did have your extra calories, like your Mars bars, your Snickers.
Yeah.
Because I just needed to have so much calories. But the moment that I cleaned it up, the moment my inflammation went down.
Yeah.
After 2-3 days, noticed it massively.
Yeah. Well, so you're getting close now. You're edging your way down to WA. Hype's starting to build up. And the one thing I noticed is there's some people who are doing some pretty challenging things around Australia. You look at Ned Brockman. Look what he's doing. You look at the Lambo brothers. You look at who's the guy who just broke Ned Brockman's record?
William Gooch.
That's it, yes. Huge followings.
Yeah.
Huge followings. I look at Tim Franklin, for whatever reason, didn't get that huge following because I don't know. It wasn't like it wasn't playing it up. And the same thing happened to you. And I don't know, not taking anything away from Brockman and whatnot, but they were very big personalities. And you guys are sort of just silent achievers trying to get it done. And it doesn't get the credit that it's due, I think.
Yeah. So I spoke with a beautiful, incredible man who I look up to, who has inspired me beyond measures and who I based my run around Australia off his previous feat that he's done, and that's Patrick Farmer.
Mm-hmm.
And he put it so greatly to me, and I was just like, that is so true. I believe when you're chasing your dream and you're doing it from the heart and you're doing it because it's your purpose, you can't dramatize shit.
Yeah.
And drama sells. What the Lambo brothers are great at doing is dramatizing it.
Yeah.
Who keeps running with blood infections? Who keeps running on broken bones?
Yeah.
It's dramatizing the sport,
Yeah.
and it's clickbait.
Yeah.
Everyone loves clickbait.
Yeah.
But when I'm running around Australia to save lives of people with suicidal tendencies,
Yeah.
I can't fake that.
Yeah.
I can't fake the pain that I'm going through.
And not everyone can run around Australia.
No, not everyone can run around Australia.
Yeah.
But I can't fake I'm running on a broken toe right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because, cool, I'm running through the pain, but the pain of suicidal tendencies and losing a loved one to suicide, that cuts way deeper than bitching and moaning about a broken toe. So I'm going to go out and get up and go again and go again. Because I'm not running for me. I'm running for the ones who suffer in silence.
Yeah.
I'm running for the ones who are just about to take their life. And if I don't get up and show them to have hope in those moments
Yeah.
that challenges arise, why am I running?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not real, is it?
It's
not authentic.
real. And when you're running for something higher purpose than yourself
Yeah.
and clicks and views and likes, those clicks and views and likes, they're not really going to come
Yeah.
because society, they love the clickbait shit. They love the drama. They love the, what's the word, like the gruesome of it.
Yeah.
And I can't show that
Yeah.
because that's not what I'm experiencing out there.
Yeah. The clickbait is something I'm trying to work away from because we talk a lot of politics obviously on here. It's hard. It's very difficult.
And just to finish on that, that's not to discredit anything that Ned Brockman's done or
No,
the Lambo brothers or
of
anything.
course
'Cause
not.
great, cool, you ran across Australia.
Yeah.
But I ain't the woman. I'm the woman to wear my heart on my sleeve
Yeah.
and to show that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's having courage.
Yeah.
And to run around Australia, a lot of people can't comprehend that.
No.
To talk about their mental health, it's too hard. People don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So what's the easiest thing to do? Block it, ignore it, don't buy into it. Don't celebrate it.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones who have shown up and supported me along the ways, the ones who do watch on, the ones who send messages, the ones who do reshare, the ones who come out and run with me, I have the utmost respect for them
Yeah.
because they have the courage to stand by me with something that affects so many fucking people,
Yeah.
and they have the courage and they're going to be the change in the world.
Now, I do look at Ned and I think he's far more authentic than some of the others that I see floating around. Maybe silly and maybe not glorify, but maybe put up some things that really highlighted how hard it was. And that, yeah, it creates a buzz about it. His energy and stuff, that's real. I like it. I get it. But yeah, the Lambo boys, it feels inauthentic.
To run the length and say for every like we'll donate $1.
Yeah.
How's that?
How about you just donate the $1 anyway?
How about you just donate the $1 anyway? Don't make it about the likes.
Yeah.
William, to run across Australia to raise money for cancer, but to be smoking a durry every day?
Yeah.
How does that align values-wise?
Yeah.
It doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, yep. Oh, I agree. Even though they're fucking weapons,
Yeah.
I do appreciate what they're achieving and what they're doing. But yeah, I think there's inauthenticness around it.
And this comes back down to foundation buildings, and I'm pretty sure we spoke about it earlier, but when you build your life and when you spend time building your foundations, you know your values, you know your purpose, you know your mission, and you spend time on the foundations building. And you build on that. It takes a lot longer
Yeah.
for your success to come, I guess.
So as you're coming in closer to WA, what's the emotional thoughts? Like, how's it feel? And you like, this is the end. I'm achieving this, but as you've said, you haven't confused your goals with your purpose.
Yeah, I didn't confuse my goals with my purpose. I was becoming very freaking excited to cross the finish line.
Yeah.
Because I got a beautiful family at home. I'm so excited to have more family time and to keep building our community and to keep building my connections. So I'm so excited to have more downtime to be able to invest into the people around me and back into myself to recover properly. But I'm honestly just feeling so excited coming down that coast, and especially to have so many people on the final day come run with me. Like crossing that finish line.
It was good.
With hundreds of people around, but not just around celebrating me. I had probably about 100 people come run with me across that finish line.
Yeah.
That's what it was about.
As well, yeah.
Like to run that final day, to walk out. I had a moment in the toilet that morning and my partner and Britta come back to me. They're like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was just having my moment in the toilet."
Yeah.
But I just remember looking at myself in the toilet that morning in the mirror, and I was just like, "You fucking did it.
Yeah.
You're here." Now go celebrate with every single person out there who's running and go hear their stories.
Yeah, I do apologise for not sticking around. But yeah, I didn't want to bother you. But
Still rocked up. So everyone who ran that day, like running down from Burns Beach to City Beach, it was just incredible to have the conversations while running. And whenever I go back down to that part of the beach now and I walk that, and I'm like, it's just all the memories come flooding back in, the conversations come flooding back in. To have a 9-year-old come out and run the last 5Ks, I had this beautiful 9-year-old Max, and he ran the last 5Ks with me. And 2 days ago, he sent me I got a card in my PO box from him, and it was a beautiful card poster that he made of the run around Australia. He's like, "You're a legend," and then he goes on the card, "You've inspired me to keep trying hard things in life."
yeah,
From a 9-year-old, like that is
incredible.
my job done.
Yeah,
To teach our younger generations to get up just one more time, do hard things, and keep moving forward, and be a kind human.
yeah.
Done.
So how do you integrate that now? Or how does that calibration work? Because it's
I don't know. You tell me.
how are you feeling about it? What's the go? Like, where do you, what's different about the Brooke who left that it's here now?
Yet to put it into words, but I'm in this messy middle of
Yeah.
figuring that out.
Yeah,
I'm definitely a way more evolved human, that's for sure.
yeah,
There's definitely more on the horizon for me, but I'm just focusing on recovery, community, connections.
Yeah.
That's my biggest goal right now.
yeah,
And to come back into reality and get hit right in the face of it from my stepchildren, it's like, okay, the
Yeah.
world ain't revolve around you, bitch. You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
cook, you gotta clean, you gotta tidy up around here.
yeah.
So it's been a hard adjustment. I won't lie about that, but I had a moment 2 days ago where I woke up and I was feeling very blue, and made my morning coffee, sat out on the balcony, and my partner come out to me and he's like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I don't know, just feeling a bit sad." And being a male, he just wanted to fix it straight away.
Yeah,
I was like, "Babe, just chill.
Yeah.
I'm all good." And I had a bit of a cry, but I just asked myself the question. I'm like, well, what's different now than on the run? Clearly, I'm not running every day. I don't want to run every day.
yeah,
But I was like, what parts of the run can I integrate into my life now? And it was the community and the connection.
yeah,
Like every single day that I was out there, that I was running, I was in the most isolated spots, but never once did I feel isolated.
yeah,
But 2 days ago when I was sitting on my balcony, I felt isolated
yeah,
because I was like, oh, I should just stay home today because I'm feeling sad.
yeah,
And in that moment, I was like, you're not staying home. You're going to go catch up with a friend. You're going to have a conversation. You're going to have the connection that you actually need right now. And you're going to keep injecting that into your community.
yeah,
Because when I was training for this feat, it was very much me. I got to run 50Ks today, got to run 70Ks today, got to eat this today, got to train like this today. That I didn't actually have too much community around me because I had to train for the goal. I had to prep to run around Australia, and all my friends knew and they understood that. But now I'm very fortunate and very grateful that I'm in a position that I can just invest back into my community more
yeah,
and into growing that, because I believe that's what we need as humans to thrive in life, is a beautiful community, a community K2 elite. That's what saved my life. That's what gave me hope in the world. And if I didn't have that community, 2022 probably would have taken my life.
yeah,
So now it's investing into my health, getting that back on track. It's not poor or anything,
Yeah.
but it's like, cool, let's go do all these tests, see where we're at. It's investing into my family, and it's investing into our community.
yeah, yeah. And then how do you find who that is or what that is? Like
Community-wise?
the direction that you want to go in. You're sort of just sitting and listening, aren't you?
I'm sitting and listening, yeah. So I went for a coffee with a friend just before, and we spoke about this, and it's like, the outside world's so noisy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm having so many DMs come through, and it's like, write a book, do a podcast, do this, do that.
Oh, yeah.
And while, yes, I believe something like that is on the horizon, it's not right now.
Well, I think things like that, that's where, and I'm starting to think that I need to go a bit more silent.
Yeah.
A bit more silent on my plans and my life, because people, they form like an identity or a character around you, and you play that character in their movie, whether it's a good, bad. You could be the hero or the villain, but they've created this identity around what you've told them. Like, I'm on a podcast where I reveal everything about myself, And now people have this idea of who I am
Yeah.
instead of what's happening right now, what's happening right in front of us. They're not talking to me based on who I am in that current moment for them. And this is what I think the problem is with online trolls and battles and stuff like that. If you have that conversation in person, you're going to see a real person. But I also think when you reveal and talk too much about your life, but your plans and your goals, so many people, I know there's a psychology about this, and I listened to this this morning. There's a psychology about this. By telling people your goals or your plans, you might get the positive reinforcement, the congratulations. But that's taken away from that motivation for you to achieve that goal in the first place. People fall into the trap of just talking about it. They're like, oh, that's the validation I needed. Someone saying, well done, that's a great idea, cool.
Yeah.
Instead of, if you're not getting that validation, you'll get off your ass and start doing it a bit more and you start working towards it. But some people fall into the trap of just talking about it, and that's their validation. But then there's the other people who go, I don't know if that's a good idea, or maybe you should do it from this angle, or have you considered this, or maybe you should just not do that at all and do this. And then everything becomes cluttered and it becomes messy, and it's not your idea at all. The original thing that drove you and gave you all of that energy and enthusiasm is gone.
Yeah, and then you end up building this whole big thing off someone else's validation.
Yeah.
And then you look back. I've done this for many years of my life previously.
Yeah.
And then I look back and I'm like, actually, do I even like that? Do I even want to do
Exactly. It's tainted, and it's not what you wanted in the first place.
Yeah. So I'm at this position now of like, cool, I've just ran around Australia. I know I want to keep creating safe spaces. I know I want to have a worldwide impact. I want to talk to the masses.
Yeah.
And I want to have community and connection.
Well, don't tell everyone.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
How that looks is so many different ways.
Yeah.
Because pre-run, like I fell into the trap of building this massive coaching thing, helping so many different people. And I'm looking back at that now and I'm like, I actually don't want to do that.
Yeah.
No. I want to help the ones who want to have help, and then I want to inspire and give hope to the others.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that might change and evolve.
It changes and revolves. But if I was to tell every single person what I'm doing right now, then like you said, you get so many million voices coming in, and then I'm like going to spend all the time building that out, and then 6 months down the track I'm going to be like, actually I don't even want to do that.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I'm in this.
This is the gunner, people.
This is the gunner.
Because people do come up with ideas, and then people forget they change.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm going to do that.
They
and then
evolve.
half a year later, they're like, oh, I actually don't really like the idea of doing that. And then we fucking never follow through. Well, no, it's because we change.
We change, and it's also learning what is yours and what is others.
Yeah.
So I was a gunner person.
Yeah.
I was going to be the best in FIFO, leading hand and all this.
Mm.
I was gonna solo travel the world.
Yeah.
I was gonna run a McDonald's store.
Yeah.
I did. Worked my way up.
Yeah.
And then the moment that I said to my family, I'm going to run 1,600 kilometers.
Yeah.
This is in 2023.
Yeah.
My brother looks at me and he's like, no, you're not.
Camden.
Yeah.
You naughty boy.
Yeah. No belief. And then after I ran 1,600 kilometers, this is where it all clicked for me.
Yeah.
After I ran 1,600 kilometers, I said, no one believed in me, but why didn't you? And Cam, he goes, because everything you've tried or you're gonna do in life, you've given up in any sign of adversity. So I thought that you were going to get an injury and then give up. But because I realized and I sat quiet for a bit and I didn't give a shit what anyone else said or believed about it, I knew internally, I knew from my heart that it was my dream to achieve running 1,600 kilometers, that I was going to do it. So I did it.
Well, at least he was honest and told you why. It's probably the kick up the arse maybe you needed.
He told me why afterwards.
Yeah.
But it was the domino effect into the puzzle pieces that I needed.
Yeah.
So when it come to me running around Australia, my family was like, here she goes again. But there was no doubt in anyone's mind. Because they were like, here she goes again. This is what she is going to do.
But you used the right words there, I reckon. You said, I got silent. And I thought about what I wanted or felt was right. And I think that's the thing. I posted it this morning about unlearning. Because we're just a collection of borrowed ideas that we've learned to be based on what our parents showed us and taught us, our friends, society, culture. They've molded the person that we think we are. And I truly believe that when you strip away and forget and unlearn all of those old ideas that told you who you are, that told you that this is the type of person you're going to be or should be, then you can get quiet, you can listen, and then you'll feel, this is the way for me. This is the pathway forward.
And you have to give yourself permission to allow yourself to do that. Because that is courage through and through.
Yeah.
Because it's in the unlearning that while you're unlearning, you're going to be faced up against, you can't do it that way. You shouldn't do it that way. You've been taught to do it this way. Your mum and dad might not approve. Your best friend might not approve. There's going to be naysayers.
This is why I reckon you get quiet, though.
This is why you get quiet.
Yeah, you don't
tell anyone.
Just do it.
Sit back, do it. Make the plan, do it.
Because you'll find people will hold you to the old person that you used to be, whether that for good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
People used to love you for that person.
Because it benefited them.
Well,
so the moment that you start to change and implementing, I guess, healthy boundaries or implementing your dream life and they don't benefit from it, they're going to start hating on you.
So, and they might have loved that person. You might have had people who hated you and they loved hating you. And now you've changed and they're upset and it angers them more that they can't hate you anymore because you're a different person. So they cling to that old version of you. And I see that everywhere.
Remember when she did that? Remember when she was like this? Remember when she was drunk up there?
Yeah, correct.
People
can change, people can evolve. And that's going to make people uncomfortable because if you are an example of someone that can change and an example of what you can truly be, then that sort of reflects their own inaction. And that probably angers them the most or scares them.
And you're a mirror for everyone.
Well, this is it. It's those people who cling to that old version of you, you can't hate them or be angry at them. They're not bad people. They just haven't woken up to that idea yet that we are just a collection of borrowed ideas that has molded us, and we're able to change that.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, I think, where you have to have compassion for the other people who judge you, because I feel like I'm on that sort of pathway now of changing, and I will continue to evolve. But 15 years ago, I would have been that dickhead going, "What a dick." Yeah. Oh, fuck off, mate. Yeah, good luck, So we've all been that person and we've all been in that situation. So interesting to see how people evolve.
And change is inevitable when you allow it. I think everything comes back to having courage to allow it.
Yeah.
And allow yourself the permission to change.
Is it like surrendering?
Surrendering to it. And it's like if you were to go play soccer and hang out with all the soccer people and then one year you want to play footy. Well, you're going to change into a footy person.
Yeah.
You're not going to be a soccer person.
Yeah.
That change is inevitable.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And it's just in life. You're a bricklayer, but you want to be a businessman. Well, you're not going to be on the tools bricklaying every single day. You're going to be a businessman in the office at your laptop.
How do you get silent?
The silence is the uncomfortable bit.
Yeah.
So my mind wants to do X, Y, Z. My mind wants to move fast on to the next thing.
That's obviously also outside external influences that have made you think you want to do this. So how do you get silent? How do you hear the signs? How do you hear the truth?
You've got to be stronger than your excuses.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I get more into nature. So I go to the beach and I go for walks.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally just sit and stare. And every morning I wake up, I check in with myself, but I just sit still 5-10 minutes. And I'm going through this process now of not asking myself questions as well. So yes, some days I might ask myself questions. Why am I thinking this? What does this mean? But I'm also just not asking.
Yeah.
And trusting that whatever needs to land, it will land.
Yeah. I think people confuse, like, when you say you can see the signs, there's signs from the universe. There are, but I think people think it's this 11:11 on the clock or the white feather that blows in the wind across in front of you that you were asking for.
What does this spiritual meaning mean?
Exactly. And look, to a point, I think there's validation in those. There's something to it. But I think there's something deeper that people don't really think about when it comes to looking for signs. And when people say, look for the signs, it's the feelings, the anxiety that you get when you do something that feels out of alignment with the person that you're working towards being. That is the sign, the anxiety, the deep, the longing for something, the anticipation of something that's coming, the uncomfortable unease in your body that you feel when you're doing nothing, I think that's your body calibrating for your new calling, your new purpose, because we do change. And when you start to feel those emotions, those anxieties, those feelings, and use them as a sign as to what you're not wanting, not doing, it's going to direct you in the right direction, which is all you want is peace, isn't it? Like that's all anyone wants.
That's all I want is peace, happiness, and contentment.
And that's always your version of peace, happiness, and contentment is always going to change.
Yes.
And so I've started a framework. There's something I've been trying to do for a long time or wanting to do, and I just procrastinated and put it off. And I finally did it. And I wrote down in sections, I broke it down into mornings, daytimes, afternoon and evenings, and then general life. And I put down all of the things that I do that help me feel in alignment, or they make me feel better and I feel energetic and I feel good after doing them. And more importantly, and I didn't want to just focus on negatives, but this was more important, was what draws me out of that. And so, for example, mornings, doom scrolling on social media when I first wake up. I don't feel any benefit from it. I usually get negative news and I waste time. I procrastinate. I could have been stretching. I could have been meditating. I could have been breathing. I could have been playing with my daughter. Whatever it was, it's taking me away from that. And that's a perfect example. Now, all of those things on the list that I've got there written down, I've got them listed as aligned and off. And I don't have to do everything in that aligned section. But those are my options. If you're going to fill your time with something, read a book. That's in my aligned. It's eat some fruit. It's don't have too much coffee. You know, those sorts of things are in what I align with. And then the ones on the right are the things that I avoid. And if I sit in that area where I'm doing mostly the things that are good and avoiding those things that are bad, I don't want to say good and bad, aligned and not, I feel better. Yeah. It is incredible the difference it's made. Just been doing it for the last few days. I tried to do it without writing them down, but you sort of fall into old traps.
And you kind of forget what makes you feel good.
Exactly.
And that sounds so silly to say out
it does.
loud, but you do kind of forget what makes you feel good. So writing a list is perfect, and knowing that list evolves over time.
Yeah.
So like this week, you might love stretching and walking first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Next week, you're in a different season and you want to spend time with your daughter.
Correct.
So it's allowing. And you said it just before, having routine
without
rigidity.
Yes.
Without being like, I have to do this at this time.
Correct.
And I think that's where people get trapped, especially in the personal development world. It's like they're still trapped in the way that they did things 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And they haven't allowed themselves to evolve and to allow their routine to evolve. So then they lose motivation, they lose discipline, they fall off the bandwagon. And then they're like, fuck, I can never do this. No, babe, you actually can do this. Just life is ebbs and flows. Listen to your intuition at what you want to do today. Yeah. Within reason to what's aligned to your goals. Yeah. And take just one more step. Go after it. Live like that. Yeah. It's not routine 24/7, 20 years of your life exactly like that. Correct. And that list is going to grow for things that I dislike, because I can't remember everything that throws me off. So I'll do something. If it's overthinking, stressing about something that adds. Yes, look, everyone knows that we fucked up this podcast and we've had to redo the second half. Now, I don't know how many times we repeated ourselves, but the old me would have been fucking devastated. I was disappointed because the second half was fucking fire. We hit our flow. The old me would have just been tense, just upset, working overtime to try and fix the problem. And then instead I became solution focused and just said, well, I can't change what's happened. I'll call up Brooke and see if we can re-record it, because I think her full episode deserves a full story and a full recount. And that is the type of person I want to be. I don't want to overthink and stress and whatnot. If I had to just sit there and mulled over it, something that I can't change it. The episode got fucked up. So let's become solution focused and let's figure out what I can do to make a positive change in the right direction. And just flow with it. Like, you called me and I was like, don't tell me the podcast fucked up. Yeah. Oh, well, and it wasn't meant to be. And the part of it, the most anxiety driving part of it normally is like, oh, I haven't got a podcast out this week.
Like, I haven't got a podcast out this week. For me, that is like, oh no, holy shit, I'm not giving to the people.
That's human though.
Exactly.
And I think in a world where everything's going fucking AI, what's fake, what's not, people want more human. People want to know you ain't perfect.
Yeah.
People don't want perfectionism 24/7. They don't want the carefully crafted podcast episode every single morning at that time. While yes, that's building rapport and building rapport with your community. It's also like, Cameron's human. Sorry, guys.
Yep.
We fucked up. This podcast ain't done on AI.
I'm
it's
certainly
done
not
by
perfect.
humans.
Yes. Well, I'm not going to completely tell everyone my plan because, like I said, I'm going to go quiet on my plans and aspirations and what I want to do with the podcast. But there is going to be a fucking notable change in the way I post. It's not going to be the content. The content is going to stay the same. But what content I post at what time of the days and stuff is going to be notably different. And I don't care if it's going to win or not. I'm doing it because that's also the kind of things I want to see in the morning, and that's how I want to start my day.
And I think when you lead with that and you just trust and have faith that your podcast or whatever you post on socials, whatever you say in life will reach the people at the right timing.
Yeah.
That's when you have the greater impact.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if I had waited for the perfect moment to start running around Australia, I would never have started. Never. I had a major sponsor pull out 2 weeks prior. I had a major team member pull out 3 weeks prior.
Yeah.
I faced hurdles all the way up until I started, even on the run. It was not perfect.
There will never be the perfect time.
There would never be a perfect time. So I'm just going to trust that when I ran around Australia, I'm going to reach the people that it needed to reach. I'm going to interact with the people on the sidelines that I needed to interact with. And I'm going to have the conversations with the people who need it in the most timing, perfect timing. And I fucking crushed that goal. Well, and I did it through and through.
Forcing doesn't change anything.
Forcing
makes things worse.
Forcing makes things harder.
Yeah.
And the moment that I actually dropped all expectations of what the run around Australia should have been was the moment that I had more fun, more things flowed, I had the greater impact. I talked to way more schools, way more community members, and I had the most fun out there.
Think about when you try and tell people, you have to watch this show on Netflix. If someone tells me, I'm like, fuck off. I'm not watching that. You've told me to. I'll watch it when I find it, even though it's probably the best show. You're like, you got to watch it. You're like, you're forcing me to do it. I don't want to do it now. Whereas if I found it on my own, in my own timing, I'll fucking love it.
On a side note, when I get on Netflix, you have to watch that show.
On what Netflix? Oh, you're going to be on there. You think so? Is that an aspiration?
If I tell you to watch me on Netflix, you have to watch me on Netflix.
I'll watch you on Netflix. Do you know what? I'm bad like that. Like, as in, my friends will do things, and it's not that I don't want to support. I'm not. It's not this jealousy thing. I love the cheering on thing at the moment. But like, if I have a friend that's on a TV show that I don't like, I'm not watching it. It sounds bad.
Is this like a rebel kind of thing? Because I'm much the same. If someone tells me to do something, I'm not doing it.
No, it's not that. So I'll watch a show. If you're on a show that I'm really interested in, I'll watch the show. Like, I'm not watching it just because a friend's on it. Some of my friends will be like, no, I got to support and watch. For example, a mate of mine, Jeff Goebbels, he was on, is it Maths? Married at First Sight. Do you like that show? No. So I don't like that show. I think it's fucking absurd.
Jeff.
Yeah, that's all right. I love Jeff. He's a fucking legend. I'm not watching it. He did really well. I think they're still together. So well done, guys. But I'm not watching it. I don't like reality TV. Luke Toki has become a good friend of mine. He comes on the podcast. He's been on here like 3 times. He's a co-host when Delby goes away. I don't watch Survivor, bro. I'm sorry. I love you, Luke, but I don't watch Survivor. Like, it's just if I don't watch it, I don't watch it, man.
But I mean, like, if you were to watch it, you're being inauthentic to yourself and you're being fake. And
exactly. But I do love cheering people on. I've loved it lately. And I can't remember if I said this yesterday in the first half, but I'm going to say it again. I loved recently watching Dave Reynolds came second in Bathurst. I was screaming down the TV, down the phone, just yelling at the top of my lungs, screaming, fucking go. And I was so pumped for him. Whitey doing the Tension premiere, Tension 11, a show that I grew up watching, who's a mate. Instead of being jealous that I'm not part of it, I am in the movie, but instead of being jealous, I was fucking celebrating the fact I was so proud of him and so pumped for him instead of being jealous that, I wish I had that opportunity. Wolfie going on Kill Tony, something that I've always wanted to do, like, or not Kill Tony, but like have a global stage in comedy, just instead of being jealous, never been more happy for someone. And like I've been in situations where I found myself like looking at Delby filling out Asta, selling it by himself and going, fuck, I wish that was me, instead of celebrating what he did.
Yeah.
You know, I did celebrate what he did and I was so proud of it, but there's a part of you that was jealous going, why can't that be me? Instead, now I've shifted that mindset. And I'm not saying I was always like that and I was jealous of everyone, but
that, jealousy, your words just there, jealousy feels so heavy and yuck in your body.
Yeah.
And the moment that you flip it and you start celebrating is the moment that you actually feel lighter and happier. And it's like, if you're a jealous human being, flip it, try be happier for them, celebrate them, notice the feelings in your body. And I'm pretty sure your life is going to turn out a little bit less.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Happy.
But what do I expect with Delby selling out Asta, who's done 10 years of work and creating a brand and
how many
building,
you done?
I got 10 minutes of material.
Well,
I've
there
got
you go.
10
You
minutes
haven't done
and
the
here I am
steps.
expecting to fill out a fucking theatre. Do the fucking work, bro. Like if that's what you want, not necessarily what I want, but that's what I want.
But
Fucking
so
do
many
it.
people look at that,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Fuck! How have they done that? How have they grown their podcast to exactly what you've done, over 150?
Yeah.
How have they done that, bro? They've been doing this for how many years? You've done the steps, you've done the reps.
Yeah.
Get up and do it. Don't be jealous because you're lazy.
They've been
Actually,
doing
get
this-
off the couch and go do it.
Been doing this for nearly 8 years and there was about 4 years of nothing.
And what did I say to you when I walked in
Yeah,
here?
you're like, how
yesterday?
much has it blown up? Yeah.
Fucking huge. That's incredible.
So it's I love this, and I think that that's a great example. Like I'm sure there's people going, why are they getting? Oh, they're just doing this, and are they cheating and questioning
Yes.
it? No, I've just authentically grown it slowly over. It took a lot fucking longer. I didn't go on trends,
But that's what happens when you build foundations correctly.
Yeah.
And the slow grind.
and also
now,
being more authentic.
more authentic. And I said to you yesterday, I've come back and you've fucking blown up in the last 6 months.
Yeah. Well,
Incredible work. But
do
you
you know-
don't blow up without doing the foundations and without doing the reps.
Because when you're talking about the things you want to talk about, you're so much more, authentic, but you're also real and the energy comes across that way. Like ghost stories, perfect example. That's helped blow us up. I fucking love them, man. They're good. I love a conspiracy. I love an old mystery. I love tearing down mainstream media's narrative of politics, like, and just going, you're lying. You've completely manipulated this. It drives me. I like it. So fucking do what you want to do and build that base following around what is authentically you. And then you don't lose them. They're there.
Yeah.
They're
And
there
make
for the
your
right
work
reasons.
easier.
Well, that's it. You don't have to appeal to an audience that you've built off a trend, or you don't have to censor yourself. You can just say exactly what you're thinking, and because we've built that, and we're a good example of that, because we've built that over years, that following is there organically. That is a real following. They're all there for it.
Yeah.
They're
And
not going to leave.
And when they meet you off screen, they know that they're going to meet the exact person who's sitting here on the chair right
Exactly. Now I'm going to stop giving away my personal details a lot and my personal experiences as much as I can. Like there's going to be moments. It's just there's a happy medium. But like, of course, I've just told you guys about the framework that I'm using now to help me get through and organize my days. Everyone's is going to be different. Like they're aligned and off things are going to be very different to mine. But that's a framework that I think can help people. But maybe my thoughts or my insights for my own personal development, I might just keep that for me now. Like I think I've done enough.
I think you get to a certain point where you're like, it's like you want more privacy in your life.
Mate, I've done I don't know why I've done this, but I did my mushroom journey. I told everyone about my childhood traumas. I've done brain mapping where we figure out what's wrong with my brain. We've done past life regressions. We've done childhood regressions. We've done trauma releases, all on the podcast, and everyone knows everything about me. And it kind of feels a little bit vulnerable, but it's also like, look, I like that maybe potentially someone can find a parallel on that and it helps them, but it has created this character for everyone in their movie of who I am.
Yeah.
What if I change? What if I become the arsehole? I'm not saying I'm going to, but what if I do? And then you're like, nah, he's done this, and this, and this. And people can then go, well, but he's a Nazi now or whatever the fuck. That's not a good person just because of who I used to be, or the other way around. What if I was right wing and heavy into racism or fucking whatever, misogyny, and I change? Like that, you're going to hold me accountable to the old version of me, and I don't think
not life. No.
so. I'm going to go quiet on me. Like, you can hear me. I'll be authentic on this, but I'm going quiet on me. I'm going to go hard on. Chloe Geddes has said this a few times. I'm going to go hard on systems, soft on people.
Yes,
which is
I love that.
the people are only victim of the systems that are put in place.
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry about the people. Can't hate them for falling victim to propaganda. No. Hard on the systems that created it in the first place.
Love that.
Right, well, we went on a bit of a rant there and a tangent, but I think we both got a bit passionate about like life changes and how we
changes.
But mate, fucking awesome. Thank you for coming in and redoing this second half. I think it hit a bit of flow again after that. But anything you want to plug, anything you want to say before we finish up?
I think it's just the whole have courage to have conversations, have courage to and give yourself the permission to change.
Mm-hmm.
I think everything, just like for me, what I've realized in my journey is that everything starts with with you having courage to make the change. And if you are on a changing journey, if you are in the messy middle like myself, it's okay.
Yeah.
But just have courage every single day to get up and go again. And yeah, for me, it's like a little bit of a silent time, exactly how you said. But also, if you're a runner and you want to run and you're in Perth, hit me up. I'm looking for more runners to go for a run. Just around Perth, 10Ks, nothing crazy yet.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm keen. We'll definitely do the pint to pint.
Pint to pint.
You keen to that?
Yeah, that was gnarly last
I'm
time.
not drinking. I'm not drinking at the moment, but I could do 0 beers if it's in that time.
Yeah, having a beer and running 10Ks knocks you around.
Oh, it's fucked. Like I do on my ultras. I've never cramped before in my life, but this was 40 kilometers or whatever it was. It wasn't even that bad. It was hot, but my fucking quads were just rocks, man. Like I couldn't even do bum kicks to like loosen up a little bit because I was cramping in my hamstrings. And you're like, oh, alcohol matters.
Yeah, it does. What you put in your body.
Yeah, but mate, thank you so much. Awesome episode, and we'll have you back again. I'm sure at some point. And yeah, lots of fun.